Welcome to Otter Lake, where little Ricky takes flight through seasons of wonder and days full of light.
Joyous greetings and happy smiles to each of you today. How is everyone? Today is another good day, another day for Reading with Ricky. Today we're going to delve into another little story from my first collection of short stories, the short stories of Little Ricky, the boy from Otter Lake. This, of course, is the collection of my original collection of 12 heartwarming short stories about Little Ricky, the boy from Otter Lake, a little 5-year-old who's growing up and experiencing life lessons and joys and fun and interacting with people across town. So Little Ricky, the boy from Otter Lake. But today we are focusing not on all 12 stories, but on one called A Jubilant July Visit. Have you ever had a summertime visit where your cousins or your friends came over when you were a child and you played ball, you played cards, you went running through the forest, or you just shared a meal together? Well, let's go back to the 1970s and see how things really were back in those days. Because really, a Jubilant July Visit is all about getting together with family and enjoying yourself, enjoying friends, enjoying your cousins, enjoying your pals from town. It's about experiencing all what summer has to offer when you're a young child and you just are laid back and carefree. So basically, who am I? Oh, I'm Richard Jan Gauthier, Rick Gauthier, and also known as Little Ricky. And basically, I'm an author of the Little Ricky short stories, and I sell short stories here in Canada on Amazon.ca, the Canadian version of Amazon. And I also sell on Kobo. Ebooks are sold, not ebooks, but audiobooks are sold on Kobo. And you can buy my stories or books on those two platforms to help me to support charity. I am using my talent as an author to write short stories, and I sell them to raise money to help feed the poor. What I do is every time you buy a book, I'm given royalties from Kobo or from Amazon, and I donate those royalties every year to a food bank here in Toronto. So my sole goal is not to become rich and famous, but to make money to help feed the poor. So if you're interested in one of my little stories, I would be grateful if you look me up on Amazon or on Kobo and consider purchasing one of my short stories or even a whole collection. I have 3 collections on the go. The first one is called Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake. The highlight today, which is where we're going to get the Jubilant July Visit short story reading shortly. I also have a second collection called Little Ricky, the Lad from Otter Lake, Adolescent Adventures. And the third collection, which I'm currently writing, I have 4 stories written for that collection. 3 are published, one's on the go. I hope to publish it soon, perhaps this fall. That's called Little Ricky, the Young Man from Otter Lake. Anyhow, let's focus on today's story. It's a Jubilant July Visit, so hang in there. I'll be right back very soon. Again, if you're liking my YouTube little short stories here that I'm sharing with you in Reading from Ricky, please please go ahead and subscribe to my channel to make sure you won't miss any. Ring that bell, touch that little bell button so that you'll get notified of any new stories. And of course, I would love it if you leave me a comment. Your comments mean so much to me. It brings me so much happiness and joy to read what you have to say. So I'm looking forward to reading your comments. I would love if you would share something with me. Again, Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake, a story called The Jubilant July Visit, coming out very soon. Hang right in there. Be right back. All right, so here we go. Little Ricky, A Jubilant July Visit.
The July heat of the early afternoon sun was stifling. However, it did not matter to the 2 companions who were comfortably seated under the shade of the front veranda roof. Under the roof's protection, and thanks to a welcomed light breeze, Little Ricky and his grandmother were not bothered at all by the hotness of the day. They happily sat comfortably in their aluminum-framed folding lawn chairs as they sipped their cold drinks. Grandmother and grandson were patiently awaiting the arrival of their visitors. Ricky was very excited because relatives, people he loved dearly, were driving all the way from Ottawa to come for a visit. His Aunt Bee, Uncle Martin, and his cool Kavanaugh cousins would arrive soon, and they would be staying in Otter Lake with Ricky and his family for a whole week. Soon, Ricky knew, the travelers would arrive, making this day, indeed, a very special Friday. Ricky looked up at his grandmother as she eagerly sipped a bit of her drink. When he noticed that her iced teacup was nearly empty, he asked, "Granny, would you like me to go and fetch you a bit more tea?" Granny smiled in her warm and gentle way and replied, "No, Ricky, that is okay. I have had enough for now. When Bee and Martin arrive, I will have another cold drink with them. Okay, Granny, later on I will help Mommy make a fresh pitcher of sweet tea for everyone. That is a good idea, Ricky. That is fine with me, my little one, but tell me, you must be quite excited to see your cousins? We have not seen the Kavanaugh family since last Christmas, guessed Granny. Oh, yes, Granny, I am very happy they are coming up to Otter Lake. I always have fun playing games, eating meals, chatting, or just being silly, especially with Colleen and Carla. Conrad and Kathy are fun too, but because they are a bit older, sometimes they just don't understand us little ones. Kathy likes spending time with you, and Mommy and Daddy mostly, but often we can coax her out to play with us kids. I like Kathy a lot because she is so beautiful and so sophisticated. Conrad, on the other hand, likes to play, but not with us kids. He likes to play with Brian and go and build tree forts and stuff like that. That is okay because he and Brian are about the same age, so they get along really well. Equally, when those lads are gone on their adventures, it always leaves more cookies or cakes for Colleen, Carla, Audrey, and I. Granny giggled as she commented, Well, Ricky, it seems like you have it all figured out.
This is the beginning of A Jubilant July Visit by me, Richard Jan Goetze, Rick Goetze, Little Ricky, and hopefully you will check out this story on Kobo or on Amazon. It's you can have an individual copy in an ebook or audiobook format for as low as $6. The individual copy of this story is about $12.95, I believe. Sometimes Amazon puts them on sale, so it can be a little bit cheaper. If you buy the whole collection, Little Ricky, the Boy from Otter Lake, this is about going for $15 or $16, I believe, is the latest price that I checked on Amazon. Sometimes, again, the whole collection goes on sale. And this collection includes the Jubilant July Visit, but also 11 other heartwarming short stories. Anyhow, thanks for listening. Take care. Another short story will be coming up about a week. Take care. Bye, all.
Welcome to Otter Lake, where little Ricky takes flight through seasons of wonder and days full